Hey, hey.
Hey, you're
What's
here.
up, you guys? I'm here. You're here. West Coast Wednesdays in the building. I am feeling like 90% better than last week. So I appreciate those that tortured through the show because I had a couple private messages afterwards that were like, dang, you couldn't have put a little makeup on. You look dead. Hey, I wasn't feeling good, but I pushed through for a quick
That's kind of
show.
cruel.
I mean, I did look.
That's kind of mean.
I mean, I can take it from friends.
She's
It
sick,
wasn't like
you
it was some
guys.
random.
I mean, if you came fully makeup, fully beat, no one would believe you were sick unless they heard it in your voice. But
Yeah,
not only did you
and
sound the part, you looked the part.
I did. It
What
was
the heck
bad.
is
I
going
guess
on,
I was
Facebook
trying to give. I
community?
was trying to give the viewers as well as the audio listeners the same experience.
You just didn't have it in you.
Listen, it was
And that's what
bad,
happens
but
when you're sick. The energy is not
hey,
there.
listen, be careful out there because this, fluenza, the COVID, the whatever, I saw like RSV was circulating with kids at hospital. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah, the
just a
kids are going
lot.
through it.
Take care of yourselves. I hadn't been doing well. Like I said, I wasn't taking my oils like I usually do, and I fell off. I actually had to do like an emergency call to the teledoc over the weekend. I was like, I need real meds that were gonna kick this. So
Yeah, the oils
shout
aren't
out
going
to
to
the
do it.
teledoc because that's what the NyQuil wasn't working.
Yeah, over
The
counter stuff.
little over the counter stuff was not happening.
Not tracking. Yeah,
Speaking of West
good.
Coast Wednesdays, only because we don't talk a lot about college football here, but my Huskies are back in the top 25. But what else is crazy is there are 5 teams in the top 25 of college football from the Pac 12, which West Coast Wednesday, West Coast repping doesn't happen very often. So shout out to Oregon, USC, UCLA, Utah, and of course my Huskies that are back up in there. So
Well, that's
there was
good.
some yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And there was some crazy college football this weekend. Alabama lost to LSU, and here's the craziness. Alabama is now number 10 in the top 10. Like, this is Bama, who's been 1 and 2 for like how many years? They're 10.
Yeah, that
10.
LSU loss it hurt.
Yeah, that
It
hurt.
hurt
That hurt.
too.
So
Mm-hmm.
that was just a little break of college football. There was a bunch of other stuff that went on during college football. I mean, it was just kind of a crazy when because I was sick, I had time all day to watch everything. I was watching college football, basketball, football. I mean, there's definitely a
It's a big
crease in
sports
like
day
how
for you.
sports weekend. It was huge. I just did it. I never stopped. So, welcome to the show. You're here with Mo and Mel. We appreciate you. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Girl Chat Sports. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Girl Chat Sports, and join our Facebook group. Facebook Girl Chat Sports Facebook group is dope too. So, we appreciate all those that contribute and tag us and stuff. So, we appreciate you. Let's just get into a couple hot topics. I do want to start off with Brittany Griner. We've talked about her a lot, and we're going to keep on talking about her. But remember, we had this show. I think it was 2 weeks ago when we talked about like the penal colonies in
Yeah, yeah.
Russia
We
where
were
she
talking
has
about
to
the
go
penal colony.
to,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
how crazy the conditions
Right.
were there, and how some of the things in there were just unheard of and unseen.
Yeah.
Well, she's officially been moved there since Friday. Nobody, including her Russian her attorneys that are located there in Moscow, nor family, know where she's at. They just know that she's moved. They have no idea where she's at.
It's hectic.
And not only that, but apparently they may not even know where she's located for like 2 weeks because you get notification via mail, which
Right.
can take up to 2 weeks. So right
Yeah, I read
now,
that. That's
listen,
crazy.
that is insane. It's ridiculous that she had contact with her attorneys on Thursday, and we had talked about this too because once she had the denial on her appeal, we thought that her attorneys and people thought, okay, the transition to the penal colony is like weeks or months away.
Right.
Well, it was like a week and a half
Mm.
tops. And so she hasn't had contact with anybody. Today, President Biden had just mentioned that he's hopeful that President or Putin was going to be more than willing to hopefully negotiate more now with the release of Griner now that the midterms are over here in the US. I don't know if that holds any weight or not, but
Well, the trade negotiations that they were asking for it was a little, you know,
Well, and
more than realistic to the
he didn't budge.
situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
you're wanting us to give up an arms dealer that's killed hundreds of people and could continue to do so, has sold goods. I don't even know if it's hundreds. It could be more. We don't have a count.
I-
We don't have a body count on it, but it's more than one, and it's more than
Definitely.
50. I mean, so that's what he was asking for on that bargain ask. I don't know. I know they have been constantly working through negotiation with it. What's devastating to this is you have to wait letter wise to see where she exactly is and if that's even true where she is.
Right.
And can you
Like
just imagine the mental state of this woman? I need everybody just to take a moment just to think about from the beginning of what February when we found out about this to now
mhm.
and the process and
Mhm.
then going to and it's a labor camp. And it's the prison conditions, from what I'm understanding, is worse than where she was housed through this whole thing. Far worse.
Absolutely.
So can you
Far
imagine?
worse.
I mean, you got to pray for
And
this
their
woman. I mean,
treatment
God.
of LGBTQ community as well. I mean,
I mean, that's
and the
evident
fact
with
that
her.
this woman played for your country and repped your country and played hard, it's it's
Well, like I
intense.
said, she was a bargaining chip for whatever was about to happen. They knew they were going to war.
It's just
Top played
sickening.
athlete, she's considered the star out there and all of that. I mean, it raises so many red flags and warrants people to be very cautious playing overseas
So
for some of
many.
these countries. 'Cause she was over there for a few years doing it, you
Y-
know?
For 5, I think. I think this
Yeah.
was her 5th year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So, we again wish Brittany Griner safe return home soon. I can't even imagine what she has to go through, or her family right now and friends.
That's what I'm saying. It's hectic.
It's
It's really hectic.
it's
And shout out to WNBA aces, everyone that's asking to free BG till it's
right,
backwards to
right.
BG free. I mean, we just can't forget about
Something's
this
got to
woman.
change. Oh
Yeah.
God,
And
no.
you can't forget about her because that's just even the worst.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah, that's bad.
Um, yeah, we got another hot topic, of course. The Kyrie Irving. I know we didn't really meant talk about it last week when
No,
it
we
went
didn't.
down. I was sick. It was a short show. Of
Right.
course, we all know by now that Kyrie had posted a movie in which
Mm-hmm.
there was some anti-Semitic messages and undertones and um which he then took down and he made an apology on social media for posting it and whatnot. The thing that's coming up now is this: he's got this to-do list.
Well, he didn't apologize at first. Let's be clear.
Well, yeah, he
Let's
didn't
go
apologize
back.
at
Let's go
first.
back and say he
Okay.
doubled down. He didn't admit that the video that he posted was anti-Semitic. That's what triggered it.
Mhm.
The fact that you're
Got you.
saying that the Holocaust is not real in that
Right.
video, and it's subjective to people, whatever people's ideologies are of what they think. And this was
Right.
actually a documentary that's been out for many years. A book has been written on it. And he just kind of was trying to, I guess, educate himself on the matter by posting that link and
And
saying he
educate
watched
some of
it.
his followers and
Yeah, yeah,
thinking,
whoever, just
yeah,
posing things, and that's the thing that triggered it was the double down on the apology. He didn't come out
that's what
initially
got people
apology.
going.
He felt it wasn't anti. He had an opinion about it, and that's what got him. So continue to what you were saying.
Yeah. So, delayed apology, he comes back out, um, and now he's suspended a minimum of 5 games,
Right.
and he was given a to-do list. So, those items being apologize and condemn the movie, which I believe he's done, a $500,000 donation to an anti-hate cause, sensitivity training, anti-Semitic training, meet with the ADL or Jewish leaders, and meet with Joe Tsai to determine his understanding.
Yeah.
This is where I'm having an issue. We all know. Listen, Kyrie made made a problem for himself. He posted some stuff. Things went down. But now we're condemning him and telling him he needs to go through all this training. There's been a lot of people in the sports media, let alone players, who have done some things, with racial undertones or said some inappropriate comments. I don't remember any of them having to have any
That's
kind of
because Black people
sensitivity
didn't mobilize
training.
like the Jewish community mobilizes to have those things. I can't be
Mm,
mad at the Jewish community making their demands what they are. I'm upset that the fact that we as Black people, don't have a list of demands and requirements for other people when they target us and do wrong to us. We don't do that. We're quick to forgive, and that it's a demonstration of how this is. I, in my opinion, feel like the demand is very egregious for Kyrie. I think it's an egregious ask, but I can't be faulting that community if that's what they're asking for. Why, as Black people, why are we not asking that same type of demand? Why are we not mobilized to have those kind of demands?
Right. That's understandable.
You can't.
No,
all of us are with him. Trust me,
right.
I am. But the thing where I get incensed is the fact that, dang, why can't we have that? Why can't Asian community? Right. Why can't none of us have a stipulation when things go wrong?
Do you feel that maybe this? Because here's the deal: was it the community, or is it because like people within his job, like his boss?
Well, the thing of it is you always represent your brand no matter what you're doing. You're Kyrie.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's the Jewish community that made these demands, or is it because like
your commissioner's Jewish too? So you're going on a whole thing with that of it's no fault of them if that's what they're asking for. Should they get it? No, not in my opinion. But can't be mad at the ask.
Or to hold him outside of more than his suspension because he doesn't complete these.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that gets crazy. I think they're really trying to stick it to him, and they haven't stuck it to others. Where you make your point that why is it just this way, and that's because this is something that's mobilized and held him accountable. Sad to say, and it's an accountability to me that seems very egregious. The man has apologized. And I think he's sincere with his apology. Shout out to the PRs that gave him the right words and choosing the right nomenclature to say it. Because people, and what I'm also upset about is I don't like people pairing him with the Kanye West thing. No. Because they're not one and the same. What Kanye is doing, in my opinion, his actions and words are genocidal. What Kyrie did was uneducated. There's a difference. So when you try to lump them together, I think that collective is part of that punishment too, which is very unfair to him. Very unfair.
Well, and I feel like maybe he felt he was being more educational by sharing it versus, you know what I mean? Like,
he was in his action, but it was uneducated to think that the Holocaust wasn't real.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was an uneducated decision that he made. And I just wish sometimes these people would just go to bed and sleep on it before they wake up and start, or go for the end of the night tweeting stuff. Just go to bed. Lay down.
It's like when you want something that's a big purchase and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna think about it for a night.
Let me sleep on it. Let me just sleep on it. Yeah, let me sleep on it. Let me unpack what I just watched on the documentary. Let me sleep on it, wake up the next day. And if you still have that same notion the next day, then okay, I get it. But you immediately run into the new Twitter with everybody blue check verified. We're going to talk about that too.
Yes,
and posted a link. And again, the man has apologized. I think the fact that after the apology they come with these demands, I thought that should have been the thing that they had right then and there initially. Like, why do it now? I think that's kind of unfair. I think it's rather egregious.
$500,000 fine too.
Well, then they were asking the Nets and the players to do the fine too. I got my light on now.
You're good.
Nets and players to pay or something like that too. Like, why? Like, that's crazy to me. But like I said, I can't fault a community that has rallied together and set their demands.
Well, and a community that has that much power. I mean, if you think about it, within the Jewish community, there's a lot of leaders. There was
a lot of influence, power, money, and
a lot of. And you think about they said that there's, I think, beyond all the media that the Jewish community owns, all the the media outlets.
That's just one sect of what they own, and that's what they were allowed to get. That was just what they were allowed to get. And have we not learned the life lessons of Nick Cannon? Have we not learned the life lessons of It's a slippery slope when you tap.
It's just a bad time to be doing all that, especially. And not to mention, let's talk about what not to say he's putting this on his team, but now your team's having to take sacrifice for it too. I mean,
they're winning tonight, so they're doing actually pretty well.
But and they've won. Yeah, they won tonight. Yeah.
Oh, they finished. Okay, because I was watching
that.
They
finished. Yeah.
And to me, this is small compared to all the things that Kyrie Irving has done as a person. All the donations, paying the WNBA salaries when they were down, doing all those great major things. This to me is so small that it's like, okay, whatever. But I couldn't be mad at him if he walks. I hate that that's how it has to turn for him. If he doesn't want to, agree to those terms, because like I said, the terms are very egregious because they're after the fact. The man
He's trying to make an
apologized.
example of him, and
But
that's
he's the wrong,
just
like, that's just the wrong message that it's sending on the example. I mean, the only thing I could say is that, like I said, big ups to them as being in a community and making their demands. Because, like I said, as Black folks, I wish we could mobilize and be as strong to make our demands when stuff is happening like that to us.
listen, I think it's all right. Like we've seen the racial slurs for against blacks, against Asians this year, even in like the
Yeah.
baseball and stuff. Like, what
Teams are getting taken away from folks, but they're not going to be educated. They're not running up to DC and going to the African
no,
American Museum. They're not
no,
speaking with scholars and people that have written
they're
books
not
about our
donating to
tribe.
those
They're not
leaders,
donating
and
to anything.
mm-mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Why don't we
it's a
set the
lot.
tone for that? That's my question.
And the other part that I can't stand is that, and I haven't watched the film, nor do I necessarily want to, but a lot of people that are chiming in on this have never
Hmm.
even saw the movie, so we don't even understand what's in it. I mean, you really need to get the biography. You really need to get the cliff notes of the movie and read the syllabus of what's
Or
going
read
over to
the
kind of,
book or
or that
something.
part.
I mean, I don't know. If you want to enlighten yourself, that's fine. I've read some things that are probably not the greatest things to read to get some enlightenment,
Hmm.
but it didn't make me be this person or say those things. And I think that's the verbiage that he didn't give immediately to the situation. Like, say, hey, I
Right.
don't agree with everything I saw in this movie. I only
But
opened
I
my mind
checked
up to
this
certain
out.
things, but he
Right.
didn't say that. He went on the other end of it. And that is, like I said, the trigger. And that should
And
not have.
we're in a social media time right now, and anything you
Yeah.
get your little Twitter fingers going with is gonna have some repercussions at some point. Like,
Like I
yeah,
said,
if
get
this would
some
have happened,
rest. Go to bed. You're up late. You're watching this thing. Just lay it down for the night.
lay it down.
Lay it
Try it
down. Get to sleep
tomorrow.
on it a
Think
little
on
bit.
it.
Gotta, sometimes I get amped up
Think of
on
all the stuff that would have
things.
happened that would have not happened had he just
Right.
maybe given it a few
If people
thoughts.
had just got a nice rest.
Run it by somebody
Right.
first. Like,
I feel
hey,
like
you know
Kanye
what?
should have laid down and gone to bed that night too. I feel like he should have, let me just
Kanye
call
should
it a
have had a
night.
lot. Yeah.
Let me
Well,
just go
he's
to
had a lot of
bed.
those kind of days.
I just go to
But
bed, get some rest. I don't know. Sleep on it. That's
sleep
it's a
on
real
it.
term. Sleep on it.
Yeah. Let's get
It's
into the next hot
unfortunate.
topic.
It really
It
is.
is.
And it's heartbreaking. But like I said, for all the good that Kyrie has done, that
And
outweighs
it's like
all of the negative.
it just got pushed to the side. Everything that he's done is no longer valid, it seems like, anymore. No one's
They'll-
mentioning
They're
those
making it
aspects.
that way. But I mean, you got to do this to this man. Guys haven't even come for Brett Favre. Like, what's that all about? Like, where's the accountability for this guy? I'm
Listen.
still waiting for the Brett Favre stuff
That's the
to
thing, that people
resonate.
keep talking about Brett Favre, but nothing's happening. They just kind of talk
No,
about it and
what
then
is
done.
going on? Are there no protests out in Mississippi? Or are we just on
I don't
election?
know if it's
Like,
just
what is going
because
on?
he's no longer playing, that he supposedly gave money back already. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to understand. Like, please tell me why we're not giving him this kind of treatment. I'd be glad to hop on that bus.
Yeah.
But
Well, kind of know why. Privilege is real. Privilege is real.
so real. So
And the
real.
thing of it is with Kyrie is, like, it doesn't matter how much you make. You're not a boss. You're still an employee. You still have somebody that
Yeah.
signs your checks. You could only move so much. I don't care if you got 20 million. There's
Right.
somebody richer than you that's paying you 20 million.
Right.
You're
And even
not
if
the
you don't
boss.
want to
You're
be
an
playing,
employee.
you still need income.
Yeah, and you're not the boss. You're
And
an
Nike
employee.
canceled
So
him
we can't
too,
get
so they
yeah.
got rid of him. That was a good paycheck right
That's
there.
crazy. Well, he wanted out of Nike anyway. I think the Kyries weren't really pushing anyway. I think the shoes are kind of going
Well,
on
I think
the left
he didn't
anyway.
approve for the last ones. I remember
Yeah,
that.
they weren't the best. So I think that
But
was
do you really want to get dropped by a big paycheck like that? I can't. I mean,
somebody's gonna pick him up. I just feel like at this time, in this moment, I feel like all of them need to get with Ice Cube and just do Big Three over there. Let's take all our pro athletes
just
and let's do
make
the
Big
Ice
Three
Cube
pop.
thing. Let's do the whole let's pull out and do the whole Ice Cube Big Three.
Listen, I'd be there
Newbies
for
versus
it.
vets, something. I
Need
mean, we
more,
just if you
put
want to
more
play,
cities in it, make it
just make it
happen.
a new brand. Just make it a bigger brand than what it is. Like, it's just unfortunate.
It's
Like I said,
tough.
it's just really unfortunate for Kyrie.
So
I'm with
we're
him
keeping
though.
him.
I'm with him. I'm with him. He made a mistake, and like I said, his mistake was uneducated.
And how
What
many of
Kanye
us
does
have
is
made mistake? That's what I get. It's not like he's repeatedly done stupid stuff. It's not like a Kanye move. Kanye has repeatedly just been ridiculous.
well, like I
Kyrie
said,
hasn't.
his actions are different. Those are genocidal actions. Those could actually get us killed with the actions and motions and things he's doing. What Kyrie did is just an uneducated situation and decision that he
Using
made.
his own personal platform to, you know,
Well, your
ma-
platform's never personal when it's in
I
a
mean, I
public
get
space.
that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's
You
not
know what I
like,
mean?
wasn't
No.
like he took the mic at, at a ceremony in Brooklyn and took the mic in front of all the New York Nets fans and went off on some stuff. I mean, this
Right.
was,
Well, this is a
it,
load of other things too. The whole vax thing and all of that.
yeah,
It's just stirring up a whole bunch of stuff.
of
He's just that
course.
guy. You know what I mean? And so this is just mountains
But
and
I
mountains of
appreciate
things.
him for being like that, because he's one that just seemed that's true to himself and true
Yeah.
to who he is. He's not
Yeah.
gonna cover up this or that. He's not, he
Right.
speaks his mind. He goes off.
Right.
Maybe he needs to think a little bit before he makes a post, or maybe he should think more if he wants to apologize sooner. But
I
hey,
mean, I
like,
think it's just the apology sooner. I don't have any problem with him posting that if that's what he wanted
no,
to post. It's the
uh-uh.
apology thing that
Or
gets
the
me
way he
about it.
posts. Maybe he should have said like little, hey,
Yeah, he needed to put a little disclaimer on that saying,
disclaimer.
I don't
Yeah,
agree with everything on this, but it's a very enlightening thing that I just watched.
right.
Not all of this to me, in my
Feel
opinion,
free
is
to check
true,
it
but feel
out.
free to check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. But that's when you don't sleep on stuff. You're watching stuff late at night. I've
You
binge
get
watched the thing,
frustrated, or
got
you
on
get,
Twitter and be like, yo, I
yeah.
just watched it. Instead of just taking my behind to bed and unpacking in my sleep what I just watched or what I just saw,
Yeah. Sometimes you need that time, or at least a
Sometimes you do.
conversation with a friend, just so you hear this or that.
Yeah,
That's
like it's
all.
like some things I watch, it's like, oh, I gotta chat on to somebody about this first. Like I gotta talk about
Right.
this,
Let me talk
you
about it
know?
real quick.
Right, right,
Exactly.
right.
Exactly. Hey, Kente, thanks for joining in. We
Hey,
appreciate those that
Kente.
have stopped by and checked us out and look and
Right.
listened in. So next up, this is what you first brought to my attention, because I know you're the Twitter girl.
Oh
I
yeah.
be on Twitter
For
on
now.
occasion, but I don't be a Twitter. Yeah,
For now.
you might
We'll
change your
see.
name pretty soon.
We'll
So
see. Now for now, I might just drop the platform depending on if this stuff goes left.
So, well, before I put this out, actually, so this is what was crazy to me. Elon Musk paid $44 billion for
Oh yeah.
Twitter. Okay.
Oh yeah.
44 billion. This is how it got broken down that I read, to where I'm flabbergasted. We're all talking crazy about how the Powerball went MIA and had like a secret, drawing for numbers, and someone in California wins 1 point or
Right.
2 billion dollars. Check
Yeah.
this. Elon Musk paid 44 billion for Twitter. The
Yeah.
world's population is 8 billion. He basically could have given each person like
Well,
5
less
billion.
than that. He could have given them a
Well,
lot of
like,
money, but it's not a
he could
billion a
have,
piece. It's the
no, but
math
it
is
would have
different.
been like 5 million or something. Whatever the
Yeah, yeah,
case may
something
be,
like that.
you
Yeah, yeah,
could
yeah.
have given this,
Yeah, yeah.
every person in
Yeah.
this world could have become a millionaire off of
Oh
you
yeah.
buying Twitter. That's
Jack Dorsey is sitting with his feet in the sand. I mean, he came out recently and apologized for the people that he laid off. Elon laid off like 11,000 people or 1,000 or something like that.
yeah,
And, Jack Dorsey is like,
insane.
I am so sorry. I did not see that coming. But the dumpster fire to all of this
Yes.
is what he projected this was going to be. When I buy this space, it's going to be free speech. It's going to
Right.
be say whatever
All
you
that.
want. N-word shoots up 200%, whatever. It's just letting it
Crazy.
fly. Crazy stuff. Say whatever you
Well,
want.
then he lets you pay for a blue check, like a verified blue
Yeah,
check. So you
yeah,
can
like
pay $8 a month to get
yeah.
verified, and
Well,
you
you're
can
not even
also change your
verified. You're
name.
just getting blue check. You're just getting
You're
a blue
blue
check. There's
checked.
no
Right, you're blue
verification.
checked.
Yeah.
So as you can see on the screen here, and if for those that are listening, you might want to catch the video because we love our videos. Is that people are changing their name? Like somebody changed their name to Adam Schefter and put Josh McDaniels is out as head coach for Las Vegas Raiders. Source tells ESPN. And at first, you think that's him. It's got his profile picture, his name, the check. Bam! You're like, oh snap! Raiders coach is gone. No, you
Then
read
it says Adam
closely.
Schefter not as his handle.
Not. That's his handle, right?
Right.
Then there's one for LeBron James. I'm officially requesting a trade. Thank you, Laker Nation, for all of the support through the years. On to bigger and better things. But
so you
his
can basically
handle
take on an
is King
identity
James with a Z.
with a Z.
But it's
Yeah.
LeBron James, same
Yeah.
profile picture. So you can take on anybody that you want. And
So that
this is
tells me
what's
there's no
happened.
verification. There's no verification. And shout out to Valerie Bertinelli for Kathy Griffin because they both changed their name to Elon Musk. and were able to put out their series of tweets, one for political action and Kathy for whatever she wanted to say. And they both got, Valerie was able to change hers fast enough, Kathy not so well. So he suspended Kathy Griffin's account.
Oh my
And now
god.
saying if you pose as another person, you need to
You're
put that it's a
banned.
parody. A
Oh,
parody
okay.
of that person.
So that
What
he's
happened
still
to the
allowing
freedom?
you. So he's still allowing you to pose as somebody else as long
But you
as
got to
you
put it
put
as
that
a
that's a
parody if
parody.
you're going to impersonate somebody. So
I
everybody on
can't.
Twitter is blasting him for, oh, we can't have comedy anymore. What happened to this freedom of us saying we're doing whatever we want? You're authorizing us to get the blue check without verification. So why can't we just go and
So why
change our
not?
names to these people and troll our butts off? And they are
Oh my
still doing it.
gosh.
This is
This
going to
is
be the
all
dumpster
KD
fire of the
needed in
year.
life. Like KD can be a professional troll for the
Oh
rest
yeah,
of his
if you
life.
wanted to be a professional troll, if I wanted to say I wanted to be Nicki Minaj and I
Listen,
change it to another way of spelling, I'm gonna tweet all kinds of junk. I felt
all you
like
gotta
doing
do
that with the $8 subscription.
listen. Watch Girl Chat Sports be in there taking taking down people's profiles. We're gonna
Right,
come for everybody.
right,
Watch.
right. You
Oh
don't know it's
wow.
us because
So
again, you're not verifying identities. You're giving
but
people the
see, you
opportunity to
only
consider themselves
know
verified.
because of, I'm assuming they're not verifying the identity, but I mean, obviously, those handles it could be a verified person, it could be someone real, but the name that they're using as their header, that's what's not verified because you can change your name, you can change your,
Absolutely, absolutely. But people are saying on Twitter that there's no verification. This is just people signing up and you instantly get a blue check. So change your name to whatever. This is the
which
biggest social
also,
media dumpster fire I've ever
yeah,
seen in my life. And I'm all entertained for it because what he thought was going to happen, how it started, is not how it's going. It has totally
right.
gone left on him. The Twitter community has spoken. We are going to keep going. And people are talking about they're
Keep
going to change their names to
going.
Scott Bale. They're going to change their names to this. They're
Oh
going to
my
change their names to
gosh.
that. They're going to be everybody. And
There's
he
gonna
just
be a
opened
lot
a
of
can of
deceased
worms.
people that are coming back out the woodwork. Tupac's still alive. He's gonna have a
Right. Oh,
Twitter pretty
I'm sure they've
soon.
got a Tupac out there. I'm sure they've got a Tupac out there. I'm almost guaranteed it. It's almost going to get to a point where he's going to have to control that, which he vowed he'd never do. So now this is where
Because that would be
he's
controlling,
backsliding
which
because
is
it's
what he
control.
didn't want. Yeah,
Yes, he didn't want to do
that's
that.
what he
You're
didn't
already
want.
suspending people. You're already telling
Yeah.
people they got to do this. So I thought we were going to be controllers. I thought we were going to be free thinking on
No.
this. I thought we were going to be free to express
He
ourselves.
is drowning in the ocean and he's just trying to hopefully save himself at some point. Kinte mentioned freedom of speech is never free social media wise.
It is never. It is never. And he doesn't like that people are posing as him. And there's now because they're
Well, what
saying
did you
Elon Musker
expect?
or what?
What
Yeah,
do you
yeah, come on.
expect? It's
We're
ridiculous.
trolling
It's
everybody. That's
ridiculous.
Twitterland.
So, yeah, Twitter, keep your eyes open. Mo, keep us posted on all the fun and entertaining news that's happening with this.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Now, I had to add this to Jugadores Locos only because we know about gaming. Gaming out there isn't technically a sport now. There's e-gaming. So, and I wanted to get your input too because I know you just recently tested out some VR goggles too while you were gone.
Yes. The
Well, the
Oculus.
news broke on this, which I am flabbergasted on. So Palmer Lucky, he's the founder of the Oculus VRs, which sold to Facebook. So since then, he's been doing some like, I don't know, military or some other kind of stuff, technical tech stuff. He made a custom VR headset, which is there on the right, that he claims will kill a player if they die in a video game. The headset has 3 explosive chargers attached to it, which are programmed and ready to blast if your character gets killed in a game.
So if you die in the VR, you die in real life.
Hello?
Well, I want him to try it out first. Did he test it?
First of all, who's buying this? How do you sell this?
I want to see how he's testing this.
I don't even know what this. I saw that when you sent to me. I was like, I just saw it and I was like, there's no way. I mean, when I read something about, they were talking about, to try and keep people to start, acting, I don't know, in a right way when they're gaming, as people have been coming out of pocket when they're gaming and things have happened. But to die when you die in a video game, people, how many deaths you are in a game? Like, I can only imagine how many times people die in video games.
I mean, are you playing GTA with this? I mean, I need to know what games are involved.
Right.
But to me, it sounds like it's a sword art. Like the sword arts is like that, where it's like the sword art online, like people are talking about, where you're actually in
Yeah.
the sword fight and that kind of thing, it could get kind of dicey with that. So maybe that's what he's having it in conjunction with.
But
But
why are we trying to
I need
make
him to
video
try it out
games a
first.
reality like this?
I
That's
need him to
what
try it out first.
I'm so.
I need him to try it out first.
Who's
And report
buying
back.
it? Like, I mean, are there really the daredevils out there that are just like, oh, this sounds like who buys this?
I need him to try it out. See how it works.
Just, I
I need
have
him to
no
go
idea.
live and
I
demo it.
just
Play the game or whatever game he's got going
don't.
on.
God, please don't go live. Oh gosh,
And if
no.
it happens, hey, that's what you designed it to do. The beta tester. Why would you put
I
out a
can't.
product and you haven't beta tested yet? Hey, KT, what's
What's
up?
up, KT?
We're
What's
talking about the
good?
Oculus, the deadly Oculus that just came out.
Yeah,
If you guys
I
are
know
just
you
tuning
guys are
in,
gamers out there. So tell us if you are who's like exactly and who's testing it? Is he testing it?
I
I
need
don't.
him to test it. What are
There's
you talking
so
about?
many
He
answers.
created
There's
it.
so many.
And how much you gonna pay beta testers? Because the
Man,
money's gonna
listen,
go to the
you can't
families.
even get that kind of good money. I mean, that.
No, the money's gonna go to the families. It's not going to them.
Can you imagine you sign up for one of those like online, like you're trying to make some extra money and you're like, I'm gonna sign up for this this VR testing.
This is worse than going and getting paid to try some experimental candy or some other stuff.
Excuse me.
This
Like
is worse.
there's not even an option for like a mild, like, okay, it just shocks you. Like, like you gotta, like my dog has the e-collar. Okay, if you don't act right, something happens, you get a little shock, a little buzz or a little shock. How about that? What jumped us to going straight till you die?
I need him to test it out, Mel. I need him to be the beta tester on this. He created it. I need him to stream live on some gaming thing. Take it to wherever you need to go. We need a test. Because you want to put out this stupid stuff, I need him to try and test it out.
I don't even. What made him think that this was going to be? I don't know. I can't, y'all. This is
my thing is what's so scary about it is there are going to be people gullible enough to do this,
or that make a bet.
I can escape death. I will
escape
death by attempting to put this. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, we're gonna wait for that news to happen.
Like I said, man, I need him to beta test that.
Other Jugadores Locos. So Xavier McKinney, safety for the Giants. The Giants have been having a good season so far. Things are going well. He's been having a great season. So the Giants had their bye week. This guy goes on an ATV excursion in Cabo and gets into an accident and injures his hand and is going to be out for a few weeks. I'm sorry, it's your bye. Like, yeah, you got a week off from a game, but you're still working.
Who planned that vacation?
And you're
whose
in Cabo.
Great idea was to do that?
I'm sorry. I don't care if you go to Cabo on your few days off. Who said get on an ATV? And he didn't just get on an ATV and act correct. Like, when men want to get on an ATV, they gotta be popping wheelies and going crazy and hitting curves. Listen, and now he's out.
Who's his agent to stop him? Like, I don't understand. Like, your sports agent should have been like, absolutely
that went there with him. Listen,
he don't have no friends.
When I saw his little, I went on a guided tour. Yeah, right. Sure you did. Okay, but don't put this on the tour guide.
During the season, you can't even ride a skateboard, guys.
Hello.
I need you to not
bicycle,
do anything. I need you not to do anything but chill. What's going wrong with going to Cabo and laying up on the beach and chilling?
Hello, drink, go to the bar. Who knows? Like something non-physical.
Watch your friends on the ATV or ride on the back of their ATV and tell them don't.
I wouldn't even ride in the back on one of those.
I mean, if you were that pressed,
get on a jet ski. I mean, if nothing else, you fall into the water. You're not really gonna hurt yourself that bad.
You got to get hurt on that too if he wilds out. But still, just stay away from all the electrical equipment on vacation.
Exactly. There's also, so we don't often have repeat offenders on the Jugadores Locos, at least since we've started the list.
Yeah.
So what's not funny is we talked about Ben Gordon about a month ago.
Yeah.
Because remember, he had taken his kid, punched him in the face, got arrested in NYC because he was that was a picture of him getting arrested in NYC.
Right.
Because he wasn't even supposed to have his son to begin with. So now this guy, he gets arrested. I want to say it was on like Friday night, Saturday night, something over the weekend. He gets arrested in Chicago at McDonald's because he punched security guard in the face.
What's with the punching?
What's the anger
Why
issues
is he
here?
gotta keep hitting
What
people?
did the security guard at McDonald's do to you?
Fries were cold.
Listen. So the
Listen,
police
I
report
don't
said
understand
that
why.
he not only was there one person, but there was a 29-year-old and a 21-year-old. Both had been punched in the face and then thrown to the ground. So not only did you just get upset and punch somebody, but now you throwing people around.
Why you gotta be hitting folks and punching them and
Why
doing
don't you
what?
go to like the WWE? Why aren't you in like go to fight Jake Paul or something?
He needs counseling.
Like
I don't want to
let's
diagnose anybody, but
something.
he needs counseling. He needs counseling.
KT said the shake machine was down.
Shake machine was down. You didn't get enough nuggets. The fries were
Listen, right?
cold. The icy orange was out.
I
I mean,
mean, the
I
ice
can list
machine was
many reasons of.
gone.
I mean,
It
I
was
don't
already past
understand.
breakfast time. I know I get mad when I get there right at like
Yeah,
10:30,
after
11, and
breakfast time, but I'm
breakfast
not
is
gonna
over, and
punch
you're
the
like,
security.
ah. But you're
Well,
punching security.
I kind of want to track back because this must be a treacherous McDonald's to have a security officer there.
I mean, there's security at some McDonald's that I've been to. I
Yeah,
mean,
but they've been
granted,
kind of
we
dicey
know that
areas
he's.
too.
But hello, listen, it's also in Chicago. We know that there's some areas in
Oh, okay.
Chicago.
Well, then, yeah,
It
that
wasn't like
makes
he was at the
sense.
airport McDonald's or
No, that
off
makes
of
sense.
yeah.
But you go
So
hitting folks. What are you punching your kid? You're punching the. Why are
multiple
you hitting
people.
people? Why are
You
you
a
hitting folks?
listen. Do you need your face in the
Like
media
he
again?
speaks with
But
his fists for real. Fists of fury.
it's a lot.
At this point, just
That's a
put him
whole.
in the
Just
put him in the padded room for a while. Let him think about it and go to bed.
he might need to have one of them little white jackets.
He just needs something, some muffs, some
Into-
something like the winter muffs, just to hold him tight real quick. I don't know. I don't want
All
to
right,
put the
we're
guy
moving
in
on to
jail, but I
a
just want
quick
him in the padded
recap
room
of
for a while. Take a nap.
quick recap of Las Vegas sports. Our Gold Knights, 8
Hello.
straight.
Hello.
That's our team, right, Mo?
Yeah, I'm all about winners. Forget
All
these
winners.
losers. I'm all about the winners.
They beat the Maple Leafs last night in overtime. So this is like their third overtime during this 8-game win streak. Riley
Hello.
Smith knocked it home. 8-game win streak. We are number one Pacific division. We're also, I think, number one in the Western Conference. But
I'm taking it all.
let me just say a little caveat here. Because I'm still a Seattle girl, but even though VGK is my team, the Kraken though, they might not have had a great inaugural season like the Vegas Golden Knights have done. But between last year and this year, this team has gotten 5 straight. They're like second in the Pacific Division behind it, or in the Pacific Division behind us. 5 straight too. It's kind of it's a nice little show for the Kraken. And I think Seattle fans are impressed too.
It's good to show that the 2 top teams in that Pacific West division are teams that are very new. So that's kind of an exciting little
Exactly.
twist to it. But I'm rocking with
Yes.
my Knights. I'm
Of
loving
course.
everything that Golden
So we're
Knights is doing
excited
right
for
now.
them.
We're
Golden
excited for
Knights,
them. We want them to
yeah.
keep winning. I don't want anything happening to them. Like, go Knights to go. I'm Team VGK all the way.
Team
I'm just
VGK
all
all the
about the
way.
winners. I want the winners.
And so their next game is going to be tomorrow against the Sabres. Like 12-2, y'all. We're 12-2.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Just keep
That
it
says a
up if
lot.
we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so far, also with UNLV football, they lost last weekend to San Diego State. Shout out to Paloma Villacana because I watched her have a little story about them because she had mentioned it during our show. She travels with the team, so it's great to listen to her and hear her takes on the games. They come back here to Vegas at Allegiant on Friday. They play Fresno State on this Friday, which is also Veterans Day. Support your local veterans.
Yep.
And then we also have basketball season started out. Did you go to the Southern game with UNLV?
I didn't. I wanted to. I felt a little not too puny a little bit. I felt a little under the weather, so I was worried and
gotcha.
didn't want to
you don't want to get it
subject
worse.
anybody.
No.
But I had a ticket, and shout out to the SU alumni group because they did do a welcome wagon for the players.
Aww,
they had set up. Shout out to
nice.
Ebony Hodge. She set up a whole bunch of food and stuff for the guys when they came into town.
Wow.
There was a little welcoming reception, and then there was the game, and they only lost by 10 points. Which I'll take. It's decent,
Yeah,
I knew the HBCUs when they come and they get into these higher level schools and teams, the balance of players are a little different as far as athleticism goes and skills to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So 10 points,
not bad.
not bad.
And then the men's basketball plays in Incarnate Word. I've never even heard of this school. They play. That's who UW plays next on Saturday.
Mm.
I never.
I mean, it's a
And
good
the women's
introductory to have
basketball
a
got off to a
schedule.
good start. They
Yeah,
won. They
they
beat
did.
Pepperdine
Yeah.
big time. And Pepperdine, when I was in school, Pepperdine used to be a big women's
Oh
basketball
yeah.
program. So
Oh
I
yeah.
guess they might have fallen out. But they play Oral Roberts here at home on Friday. So
Ooh, that'll
we
be a
are
good
in the
game.
preseason for basketball, for collegiate basketball. So keep your eyes out on that.
Yeah.
All right.
I would just love to see Southern take a win. We've been taking L's lately. We lost badly to Jackson State. We've been football. Like it's just, but it's nice that you had that representation out here.
Yeah,
It's good
and
to
it was
see.
nice that it was here in Vegas
Yeah,
too.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
alumni group, shout out to you guys because they set it out for those guys. It was good.
Yep, yep. Okay. So we'll just knock this out real quick because we're starting with the NFL. Okay. Now, I don't know, Mo. Your Raiders took another hard one against Jacksonville Jaguars. And as you can see by the picture, for those that aren't, it's the 3 games that the Raiders have been up by at least 13 points at half to only come back and lose versus the Cardinals, the Chiefs, and the
Yeah,
Jaguars.
yeah. We got
Yeah.
problems. We've got big problems, and the fact that they make an announcement that they're waiving Jonathan Abrams, our
Who
first
already
round
got picked
pick.
up by the Packers. Who
Oh yeah,
already
he
has been
got picked up
picked
off
up.
the waivers. Yeah, he probably do phenomenal. Well, they need defense too, so that worked. But I
Yeah,
thought there would
of
be some
course.
kind of trade of us getting
For your
maybe a
first round
quarterback to
draft
come
pick,
over.
how do you not get anything? I mean, I don't know, and
But
that means you're
they
moving on
waived
from
him. It wasn't a
him.
big fanfare. He already put out a tweet as well as Instagram saying it's been
Mhm.
real. But here I go for the next chapter, and it's Green Bay. So it's amazing to me how we can have that go, but we can't have a conversation about our coach nor our quarterback to go.
Yeah. I
Like
know the tweets were flying after
Dame
this
Lillard
last
was
game.
upset. Dame Lillard
Dame.
mentioned players. He's a big
Yeah,
Raiders
well,
fan.
he's the Oakland hometown
Yes,
boy.
yes, yes. He mentioned, but he
And
left off names. He says he wouldn't be mad if Darren Waller or Devontae Adams. He didn't mention Josh Jacobs, but he should have. He said he wouldn't be mad if any of them just walked. And it does suck because I
ouch.
kind of felt him on that, but I was like, you left off
Yeah.
Josh. But they're not
Yeah.
even, thinking about Josh for the future either. So I don't know. We've got a game here after
Yeah.
two. Here's the
Against
insulting thing, too. I don't know
Okay.
what was worse. I don't know which loss was worse. I feel like this loss at Jacksonville was far worse than the New Orleans one. Because in New Orleans, we played our former coach, Dennis Allen, where we were a 4-12 team with him 2 seasons
Okay,
back to
right.
back. So I don't know if that was more insulting that we lost to him after having a 4-12 season as him as our coach and we lose to him in New Orleans,
Right.
or we lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars being up by 17, having a strong first half. And for some odd reason, trickery happens in the locker room at halftime. And we go back out on second half and look like a totally different team.
Totally
Carr
different.
stops reading the field. He's not making any targets. He's getting
Piss on his
sacked.
pants.
And before it was excuses about his back bothering him. They've been away in Florida
Yeah.
this whole time. He had his doctor fly
You were
out
there
to
for
do
the
these
whole week,
the
getting used
whole
to
week to
the
condition. He had his
humidity
back
and
work done, all of
condition.
that. Said he was a new guy. What is going on? What is going
Yeah.
on? 8.5 seasons with this guy. People do not want to say it, but Twitter was saying it on Sunday.
Yeah.
He gotta go.
Well,
They both gotta go.
hopefully a bright spot, which I don't know, is
Yeah, you
this
sent this
Sunday.
to me.
You got the Colts,
Mm-hmm.
who have a new coach.
Yeah, the interim.
Interim Jeff Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to play this little snippet from one of my faves, of course, Benchwarmer Brand, in regards to how the Colts the Colts owner Jim Irsay decided to make this coaching decision, because it wasn't like Jeff Saturday was on the coaching coach on the coaching roster. He is,
No.
and then he works on ESPN.
Right.
So It's interesting.
Right.
Here you go.
All right, I've had enough. We're getting rid of Frank. Hey, Chris.
Yeah?
You're halfway out the door, too, so I generally don't give a shit what you think. But you have any ideas for interim head coach?
Oh, well, we could go with Gus Bradley.
Who's that?
Our defensive coordinator.
Ah, fuck that. That's boring.
John Fox.
Not flashy enough.
Peyton Manning.
Too flashy.
I don't know what you're looking for then.
I'm looking for a quarterback that isn't a bigger liability on a football field than I am in a car, but you couldn't find me that either.
Are you wasted right now?
The only thing being wasted is my time with this conversation.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, and the sky is blue. Any other genius revelations? Wait, I got it. I know who we should hire.
Who?
Jeff Saturday.
A former lineman turned TV.
Jeff Saturday, TV personality analyst. He's a part of their Colts Ring of Honor. He's been a Pro Bowl. He coached high
And
school.
apparently, he's allegedly knows football
And
very well. And
now he's
very
coming up
good.
to you guys. So could that be hopefully helpful for the Raiders at home?
It would be
on Sunday?
nice because even what the help is Jonathan Taylor still questionable. This is the top running back that sits on the Colts. He's questionable. He may not even play. So that may be where we're having our saving grace. Hunter Renfrow is questionable. Waller's still questionable.
Is Waller still questionable?
He's still questionable. We've got quite a few. Who else on our defense is questionable? One of our linebackers that went down is questionable. And then there's Carr, Devontae Adams, Josh. Hunter Renfrow's questionable too. So we have all these questionable players. We don't know what our guarantee is looking like on offense, let alone defense, where we have just had a dump with Chandler Jones, who has literally a career at the Raiders. You know how many sacks he has? 0.5. 0.5. I mean, this was supposed to be.
He was all the rage. He was all the rage.
This was supposed to be the other defensive end, aside with Max Crosby, and he has 0.5 sacks.
No bueno.
How does that even calculate? What is 0.5? You halfway.
Is that like one hand? Is that one arm around?
I don't know. 0.5.
It's an average, so
0.5 is what he has in sacks. He can go to.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen on this game. A lot of people are selling their tickets still this week. Tickets are down to $200 now.
The parking is down. The parking is only $25.
$25 before entertainment tax.
Hey, so, now is the time if you want to get inside a Legion.
Catch a game, this would probably be the game to go to.
Yeah.
And, not for nothing, being a Raiders fan and being in a Legion, it's a great experience. There's nothing like it. We'll have to go to a game together because you're long overdue. To come with me.
I've been to but not with you. Yeah.
But not to the Raiders game. So you've got to come. And you went to a preseason, but it's just different.
Right.
But it's a great environment. It's great to be with friends, family, just to be out as an outing.
It's football.
But it sucks
it's like
when you don't want to lose when you're out on that outing. You want to walk away with your chest and your head.
Or when you're what is it? 2-7?
2-7, girl. 2-7. Who would have thunk it? On paper.
That's my fantasy football team right now. It's 2-7.
Yeah, I was that at one point, but I got over that. I need to be around winners, and that's why I'm rocking with these Knights. Basketball is not looking good for me either. So the Knights is what it is. But these Raiders, I don't know what's happening. Mark Davis is still backing Josh McDaniels. It's another lengthy conversation in the office. We don't know what happens with that. But yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, I want to have Sandra on so badly. But I feel like I want to have her on after our season's over. Because I don't, and I know she doesn't handle anything operational as far as teams and all. She's the finance side.
Rather have her feel free.
But I don't want to go in a rant with her on our show. I don't know if I have the streak to compose.
Just put like a little rubber band on your wrist and just
maybe that's what I'm gonna have to do because I just don't think I have the streak to compose myself with these L's. It's just gonna go into word vomit, and I don't want to word vomit. Yeah.
Well, hopefully there'll be a little change for the second half. We are officially halfway through the season. We're coming into week 10. It's an 18-week season, so here we are.
Yeah. Well, I honestly thought after that hump, the hurdle that we had going into New Orleans, we were going to step with, after our win with the Texans, we were going to go on a streak where we'd be at least at 500. No, that didn't happen.
No. Well, my Seahawks beat
the Cardinals. You guys are studs. Talk about
What's crazy is when you listened and watched the game, I was supposed to go to that game, but of course I got sick, couldn't go. You heard the Seahawk fans so loud on TV at the Cardinals stadium. It was almost, embarrassing. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I go to Arizona, there's a lot of Seahawks fans there. It's like the one spot that everybody in Seattle wants to go to for an
Right.
away game because it's warm. They get out of
Right.
Seattle, so everybody from Seattle always makes an Arizona game. But the game was phenomenal. I mean, there was some issues in the beginning, but again, Geno was great. Tyler Lockett was great. DK Metcalf. I mean, Kenneth Walker. The names, not Bruce Irvin, our veteran who was back in the 2012 recruiting class, is now back with us, made his first tackle back in the Seahawks.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, it was impressive. And the
You
fact
guys look
that
good. I was wrong. I was loud and wrong, and
I was wrong, and
I was
listen,
loud and wrong.
I've been wrong, and
I was
but
loud
I,
and
you
wrong,
know,
saying, "Oh, you guys are going to the dark. You're not going to do anything." I am first to
people
say,
thought. Listen, I was happy to
have.
have one win versus Denver and leave it at that.
No, I was loud and wrong. I really was wrong about your team. I had no clue that this was going to shape up to be what it is. And it did. It shaped up tremendously. Shaped up so well that you guys are number one in your division. And I laugh at that.
With a game, because the Niners were on a bye, so we have like an extra little smooth bumper of a of a one game.
Right.
Well, we're headed to Munich this weekend on Sunday. So I'm still debating on if I'm setting my alarm or if I'm recording. I'm not sure, but it's a 6:30 a.m. game. 6:30. Listen, Geno was already out there in Munich on, I don't even know what building or tower this is there, but he's out there. Of course, we're going against Tom Brady, who Tom pulled a Tom and won for the Bucks within like 44 seconds of their game.
And Mahomes pulled a Mahomes too.
It was crazy. Pulled a Mahomes.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is, what Tom are we getting? And, what's going to happen? I mean, Mike Evans did crap last week for them too. I think he might even got injured.
Nothing.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm excited. Plus, after this, we get a bye. So some of these guys that have been injured for us for a while, they've been on injured list. Hopefully they get rested. We get picked up for the second half of the season. So,
and that's another thing with the Raiders. We come off a bye and we lose to New Orleans. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Come on.
You had a bye week and you come
Then we lose to Jacksonville. We go to Duval. And I'm like, oh, we got this. We got this. Even though I did pick Jacksonville.
No.
And I picked Jacksonville all the reasons to motivate our team. And it predicted right.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. I will say, Buda Baker, he is a Husky, and I do still love watching him play, except of course when we play against him.
Right.
Now, if you guys didn't know, my favorite show, the Hard Knocks, starts tonight. The Hard Knocks in season with the Arizona Cardinals started tonight on HBO and HBO Max. Okay. So I got something to watch after the show. But I don't know if you all saw the Buda Baker emotional speech in the locker room with the guys after their loss to Seattle. But here's that, along with this is like the speech you give. This is the speech I'm giving to my fantasy football team in the ladies' league, because I'm currently 2-7.
We need to step the up. All of us. Step the up. Work harder. Recover. Watch more film. I'm tired of losing. It hurts my heart. I'm tired of losing at home.
Ooh. Poor Buddha. He felt it.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's how I feel with my fantasy team. Like, come on.
I think that's
you guys need to step up.
The Raiders locker room. Devontae, they're all playing the blame game. I meant to mention, Devontae's mentioning something about coaches. Now Carr's tagging along about the coaching. Like, dude, you're a problem too. But I need that same energy.
As the leader, this is what he needs to be.
I need that energy. Yeah, exactly. That's the energy.
And I don't.
There's no dog in him to do that though.
No.
He's gonna hold.
Someone needs to do
a prayer circle.
Yeah.
And prayers ain't hitting nothing no further than the ceiling, sadly, because we're still losing. What's going on?
Yeah, Kente, I'm ready for the Hawks. I think DK is going to do well. I'm just excited.
DK always does well.
Yeah, I had a whole video. I'm not even going to post it because we're running out of time, but I'll play it in the group. It's the Gridiron Heights. The teams are going to Munich. It's a hilarious. They have Tom Brady in all of his glory, and of course the Geno Smith and the Seahawks walking through the streets of Munich. So I'll put that in the group. We can watch that later, but yeah, there's a lot going on. I didn't even get to NBA, but yeah, your Lakers. This is
They're
why
playing right now against the Clippers.
I wanted you to talk about this because I saw this, and I don't even know if this was real that he said this, but supposedly Anthony Davis said that I know teams fear us for sure.
Oh, he's delusional. They're down by 10 points playing the Clippers. It's
I mean, the
46 in the
Clippers.
second. No, Clippers got a squad.
Yeah.
Clippers got a squad. I mean, there is not a team on
Is
the
everybody
West
playing?
that
Is there any load management? Because I know it seems like every day there's somebody new managing their time.
You know what? Shout out to Troy Brown Jr., who is from Vegas, who is in the starting lineup with the Lakers.
nice.
Vegas own, who came from he started with Washington, went over to Chicago, and now he's with us. So shout out to him because he had 11 points the last game. He's actually
Okay.
getting utilized. No,
Okay.
the old man and street closer on the court.
Oh,
Everybody's here and accounted for.
okay.
Russell's, coming
No
off the
street
bench as a
clothes
second
today?
unit, which I
Oh,
like
wow.
that action. I like
It
Russell
plays
coming
well.
off the second
Okay.
unit. It's a rhythm that works for him. He's facilitating the ball. He's having fewer turnovers. I think it's looking good. It's just when he gets in the starting position with the rest of the guys is when
It's
it
helped
just
for
goes
those
to
two
Shanola.
wins so far.
Yes, and
The
see
two
when he's
wins.
when it's with Anthony Davis and LeBron, it's just a mess.
It's a lot. It's a
It
lot
is
to
a lot.
compete with. There's too much ego
Absolutely.
and everybody to deal with. If I
Well, the old man don't want to give up the ball.
were I'd be like, hey, listen. I'm
And
good.
everybody's wondering why
Well, yeah.
LeBron's in a slump. What's going on with his slump? He's older.
Very.
And I know he
very,
spends money on his
very.
fitness, but it ain't working because the age is now showing more than
No.
what the physicality is.
No. Yeah.
Calm the old man.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So
It is.
I did want to bring up I mentioned that I didn't have a specific girl power, but just because women's basketball has started back up, W Slam had posted this, and I think it's amazing because there's a lot of wonderful, amazing young
Yes.
talent. There was a post about some of the girls that went off in their first game. Like these girls were scoring like 30 doubles. I
Yeah.
mean, they're going off. So it's amazing. There's a picture of the Stanford team that their freshman team core that had started together are now seniors this year. So they're all excited for that.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I also want to mention, shout out to Sarah. She got me in touch with Miss Layla, who is with the I don't know if you've ever heard of Emerge organization, but they work on trying to develop women and democratic women and trying to become in run for office or work on their leadership skills. But there's a free event training for leadership for the WLE gathers. Winning leaders emerge. It's dedicated to broadening your leadership development using more of a holistic models for leadership and supportive environment. Yeah. And they want to be able to transform the faces of leadership and expand the impact of the emerging leaders. So they want, self-identifying women, non-binary people of color, people, women that are able to help show the face of what this country is really currently looking like. So this is this next weekend here in Las Vegas. People are coming from different areas of the country. It is free. It's the 18th through the 20th. If you want more information, you can email Layla at wle.us. And you can go on wles.us to apply.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's a Friday evening, a Saturday most of the day, and then a Sunday, like morning, early afternoon. So,
very cool.
Yeah.
Well, the Lakers are now down by 2, so they've gotten they went on a little
look
run. So we'll
just
we'll
like
take
that.
it. Just like that. As soon as I said something complaining, they go on a
Russell
little
in
run.
there? Is that why?
They need to. They need to. Shout out to Matt Ryan for shooting the 3 in that overtime game we had against New Orleans a while back. He shot the 3, and then they put him back on the bench like he's a field goal kicker. No, utilize this kid. He just came off the bench shooting us a 3 to put us in overtime. But once again, the old man has to get out there in the 10 minutes of overtime.
Well,
and see what he can do, and all he does is lay bricks. Now it's
is
tied,
what it
48-48. Let's go.
Okay. All right. I'm going to get some
legend shirt on.
Oh, yeah. We'll show that again.
The Magic Kareem, Kobe, Jerry.
Back in the real days.
LeBron.
Oh, they put LeBron on there. Oh. We'll get into sneakers. We'll let Mo get back on. Her hour time frame. That phone has like a timer on it. So getting into sneakers, these are the Nike Dunk Highs, the Chanel swooshes. They come in the black and university gold, and they also have the gray, light smoke gray. So obviously you can see the Chanel swoosh on those suckers. Welcome back, Mo.
Yeah, you know what I realized? It's my cord.
Is it? It's
It's
tied.
like it's hanging up a cord. It's like it hangs up like it does if I'm talking to people on the phone.
Do you ever talk for an hour and it hangs up?
No, but it does in mid conversation. I initially get on the phone now. I think it's
don't
my cord,
know.
but I don't know.
This is what I thought this was like a cartoon at first. I didn't even realize these were real shoes at some point. So
They kind
the
of look like
Adidas,
Legos.
right? So the Adidas Crazy One. These are the Lakers home. These come out on the 10th. I'm sorry, the Chanel Nikes come out on the 10th too, which is tomorrow. So Adidas is continuing to honor Kobe, even for having been with a part of Adidas for only a short period of time. They're bringing back these that they haven't released since 2006. I don't know if they just upgraded the style to the square box look or what, but these are the Laker home Adidas Crazy Ones.
I need Anthony Davis to not wear those shoes at all. Because anytime he falls, the shoe
Those are
falls
some
off. And this looks like the type of shoe that would get him hurt. It's a thick sole. It's got a square toe box.
Listen,
It's more of a
everything
platform
about
look
it.
to it.
Everything
don't think it's
about
gonna
it makes me think cartoon. I just want to, can someone buy these just so I can see them on your real feet? I just want to see them on a real foot. I don't
I
need
mean,
to
I
see
think
like
they're
a live
fire, but I
version.
just don't think they're him. Like, I need him to just.
That's
I don't know.
crazy. That's crazy.
They look rather platform-like. Oh, those Pumas are flat.
All right. Yeah. So the Jeff Staple and the Puma Clydes. These are the Create from Chaos. These will be out on the 11th. 2 colorways in the navy with the white, and then the white with the navy. Shout out to Weeks. He asked me about these shoes last week and asked if I had put them on, but I told him that we only do shoes per week. So now that these are officially coming out, these are what Weeks wants. These are the Nike Air Max 97s. These are the OGs, the silver bullets. These will be out.
Yeah, that looks
on
like something
Friday,
Weeks he would wear.
The 11th. You know,
Not in a
loves
bad
them
way,
to
but that looks like a shoe for him.
yeah,
Like he looks like
yeah,
an Air Max 97.
Maxes.
Yeah,
Air
yeah.
Max 97 kind of guy.
Yeah, that looks like sleek.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see him if it,
I can see
if
him
it
with
had,
them.
yeah, for sure. For the golfers out there, listen, Jordan Brand has a whole plethora of golf shoes coming out. He's got this Eastside Golf. He's linking with Eastside Golf. So he's got these Air Jordan 1s, the Midnight and Navy Burnt Sunrise. Those are the top ones, the highs. He also has the lows on the bottom there. If you look at the tongues of the highs, they got the golf logo and the guy golfing. But what's crazy is that he also has the 12s coming out, as well as these really nice ones that I like on the side, the Jordan ADG 4s. That's like the little dress shoe looking golf shoe.
They look like Oxford.
Yeah, but they're kind of slick. I think,
Yeah, it's like an Oxford looking golf shoe. They look like golf shoes. They actually look like golf
shoes. Yeah,
They actually
but they're
look just like
Jordans
golf
too.
shoes.
So yeah. So for our picks, we are both also gonna pick a spread that we like this week. Shout out to one of our viewers for the idea. Last week I did win because I chose my Seahawks and I chose Jacksonville, and those are the two teams that won.
Right.
Oh
Right.
wow. All right, so we're going at it this week. Just so you know, for fantasy options, bye week is the Ravens, Bengals, Patriots, and Jets. So sorry, no Joe Mixon run off for 100 points for you guys.
Man, Joe Mixon went crazy.
I'm just glad
I'm
glad I didn't play against Drake. I was so happy.
I was feeling myself thinking I had some with Kenyon Drake getting 56 for me, but that Joe Mixon, woo.
He did them things, huh? Did it. All right, so Thursday Night Football, you got the Falcons favored -2.5 at the Carolina.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm not betting this game, but I'm taking the Falcons.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet it because it's -2.5 is what they're going for on the line. It's a little too close call.
I will bet this is the game I am betting. So Seattle at Tampa in Munich. Tampa's favored -3.
Right.
I am taking Seattle +3. And that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, for you, for a winner or loser for you.
I mean, I'd probably take an over and under on the points. I'd probably go for the points.
Well, you don't gotta pick this as. I mean, we don't gotta go through each one doing it.
No. I mean, the only one I have for betting we haven't gotten to yet is probably that Raiders game.
So I'm saying, like, who do you want to bet? Who do you want to take on this?
Oh. Well, I will.
We're still doing our picks.
Since you're doing your team, I'll do my team. Oh, as far as the pick, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me go with I'll try your Seahawks this time.
Okay. All right. All right. We got Minnesota at Buffalo. Whew, it's gonna be a good. Buffalo just
That's gonna
lost
be the
last
game.
week.
That's gonna be the game,
Vikings.
actually.
Listen, there was a guy I saw yesterday when I was at the voting and the elections thing. He had a Vikings hat on, clearly an old Vikings hat, and I was like, "You haven't worn that hat in a while, have you? You're really excited about this hat." He was like, "Listen, can you
That
tell?"
is the game.
This is gonna
Is
be
the
it.
game. Now
Buffalo's
Josh Allen
at
is
home.
questionable. Josh
Josh Allen is
questionable.
possibly injured. Yes.
We don't know which Josh Allen we're gonna get.
But how long can Kirk Cousins and the Vikings do this?
They're 7-1.
I know.
And not for nothing, the only team that really gave them smoke, I want to say, was what the was it the Rams?
But they were down to the wire, I feel like, this last Sunday. I don't think it was a blowout. Let me double check because I
the
know.
49ers was the only team that gave up smoke like that.
Okay.
And that was no, I'm sorry. The Eagles. So they played a
Eagles.
juggernaut of a team like the Eagles. And that's what I have to look at because everybody else they play like the Saints, the Bears, the Dolphins,
Right.
Dolphins with no Tua.
Right.
That's light work. You feel me? Cardinals, Commanders,
But listen, no, because the Commanders, they barely beat. That's what I was saying this last weekend against the Commanders. It was 20-17. They had barely won that one.
Well, by 3, yeah. It was a tied game because that game was tied for the longest.
Yeah.
And then
Commanders
it came
were
back
up, I think, for a while.
Were they? Oh, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I thought it was a tied 17. I thought they were deadlocked.
Well, anyway, so we got Vikings at Buffalo. I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I don't foresee this one, but I'm not gonna bet this game. I don't think
I wouldn't bet that game either.
Who are you going with?
I'm gonna go with Minnesota.
Okay.
I think the Bills will win, but I'm just gonna go the opposite and just choose Minnesota because the one time I don't ride with Minnesota, watch something's gonna happen.
It's that one. All right, we got the Lions at Chicago. The Lions are coming off of a win that everybody thought would be not a win. The Lions beat the Packers at home. Aaron Rodgers again doesn't show up. The Lions head to Chicago, and
Chicago almost won their game last week.
Yeah, they did.
Chicago actually looked pretty good considering who they were playing.
Listen, Justin Fields had like 168 yards rushing or something like that.
I think he's getting into a rhythm. I'm gonna roll with the Bears.
Same. All right, Jacksonville Jaguars at the Chiefs.
You know what that's gonna be.
Yeah, of course.
That's obvious. I hate to say it because that's just my division, but yeah, Chiefs.
The Browns at Miami. Tua's been coming out. Dolphins.
I'm gonna roll with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with the Dolphins.
I feel like this is gonna be a good game.
It is gonna be a good game, but I'm gonna roll
even
with
though
the
the Browns aren't really,
because Njoku's still out. Kareem Hunt hasn't really been running the ball like I want him to. Chubb is kind of being Chubb.
Yeah, they kind of fell off. The running backs fell off the last few weeks.
I'm gonna roll with Miami. Mike Dixon, shout out to you because you're rolling with my Raiders. You tweeted about the Raiders. You vented as much as I did. So I'm gonna roll with your team this week.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Browns just because, I'm gonna spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, change it up.
Because last Sunday there was a few games that I was like, no way am I watching this. There was 3 games tied at 17.
That's what I thought. And I thought that the Minnesota game was one of them.
It was all crazy. Except for the Chicago game was like 33 to 35 to 32.
But I thought that Minnesota one was a tied 17 game.
All right, Texans at the Giants. I can't even.
Danny Dimes, you're in my fantasy league. I'm going with Danny Dimes. Wait, is Saquon playing? Do they have people out?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I'm rolling with Danny Dimes and the Giants.
I mean, except for their cornerback who hurt himself in an ATV accident.
But... Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna roll with Danny Dimes though. They're at home. I'm
going with them. I'd actually
roll with them.
I'd actually almost take it's a Giants are favored by 5. That's not a bad bet.
Yeah, I probably would take that. I put that on a 3-teamer.
We got the Saints at the Steelers. The Saints somehow they're favored by 1.5, but Saints at the Steelers.
That's a risky bet. That can go either way.
I wouldn't even
Saints
bet this game, and I wouldn't want to watch this game either, but that's just me.
Yeah, it's a boring game. But Saints are my second team. I'm gonna roll with them.
All right.
And I should have rolled with them last week because they won.
Yeah. All right. I'll go with the Steelers just because, even though they suck, I can't even imagine Steeler fans. I'm sorry, Steeler fans that are out there, because this is just crap. But all right, Broncos.
Thank God it's not a night game. Thank God it's not a premium night game, and thank God it's not a Thursday night
Hey,
game.
but our first flex of the season is happening next weekend. So I put this in. I forgot to mention it, but the very first flex for this season is going to be next Sunday when the Chiefs and the Chargers are now going to be Sunday Night Football, because it was the Bengals Steelers. Could you imagine that being Sunday Night Football?
No, I
Jeez.
wouldn't
I'm
even
just
wanna
glad
watch that.
flexing is back.
Yeah,
All right, so the Broncos at the Titans. You know I'm rolling with the Titans on this one.
I got to roll with the Titans too. Broncos are in my division. I can't go against them.
And this is -2.
Yeah, it's going to be a close game. I do see that being what and what with both teams, but Titans defense, man.
Yeah.
And then you got that freight train.
Well, and then you got you never know what Russell Wilson you'll get.
Yeah, that too.
He's guaranteed at least 2 interceptions.
I just need Jared Judy to run yard. That's all. I have him on my fantasy league. I just need Jared Judy to show up. And he's been showing up lately, putting better numbers.
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, I need Cortland Sutton to do that too. The Colts at the Raiders.
Yeah, I want to go with my home team, and that's what I have to do, because this is
I feel like they got it.
This should be an easy win for you. But that's what we said with the last 2 games. So I don't know.
But they're home now. Hopefully there's
like I said, they got tons of injuries. Hunter Renfrow, so your other wide receivers down.
Oh yeah, Waller.
Waller's down.
Did they pick anybody up or put anybody up from practice squad? Like I don't know.
Not that I saw on the news, but the fact that they
I don't think they're. I don't know about their spread is -6. I'm not so sure about that spread. I wouldn't bet that, but I will vote and I will pick the Raiders to win.
Better win.
Cowboys at the Packers.
I hate to say this with all my heart, but it's gonna be the Cowboys. Yeah. Green Bay just can't do anything with Aaron Rodgers. Little Wayne has already written him off, saying they need to get rid of him.
And that says
crazy. A whole lot. That's
Little
a lot.
Wayne came at you
to come at you and say that you need to be gone. Now that could maybe stimulate Aaron Rodgers to ball out and do something, but he has no receiving it.
Because Lil Wayne came at you, you gotta go ball out.
Maybe that stings a little. Maybe he's unfazed by it. I don't.
But here's what I'm thinking: like, so the sports books have this at -4.5 for Dallas. Do they know something we don't know? Because we've watched Green Bay play the last 9 weeks, and they've been crap. And Dallas has been good. And they're at -4.5.
They know something. That's a very close game, but I'm going to roll with the Cowboys.
I'm just going to roll with the Packers just because I can bet because it's money with the Cowboys, but I can't pick them and want them to win necessarily. Like
I understand because you don't like the Cowboys. Yeah. I don't like them either.
I know.
But I can't go with Green Bay with the way they're moving.
The Cardinals at the Cardinals at the Rams.
That's gonna be the Rams. Cardinals are just defunct. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know what's going on with Kyler Murray. Yeah. They honestly should have won that Sunday game.
And Kyler, Kyler Murray,
bad playmaking.
I think he's in a possible injury. He's day-to-day with a hamstring injury. Josh Allen was believed to have a sprained UCL. He's day-to-day. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's gonna play on Sunday. That's why I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah. All right, so Rams, we got Chargers at the Niners. Man,
really?
Niners
had to be both of my nemesis.
Why can't Justin? What are they doing? What are they doing wrong with Justin Herbert? Why is this man not playing like he was last season? He ended last season great.
Well, they had a whole bunch of people that are out on injuries too. Did they just come back? But he's struggling.
Okay.
I don't know if Keenan Allen's back. I don't know if those guys are back. Austin Eckler, I think he's back. I think that's all. They got a lot of people out. So
I'm gonna use this as my. I hope this is the one. I'm gonna roll with the Chargers just because that's it. And hope that this could be that one game that maybe shakes. It's any given Sunday game.
We picked too early in the week for everybody
Yeah.
because I never know real outcomes until after Thursday. Like Thursday is a real big news.
Well, it's
report.
even Friday, Saturday, because even now it's
Right.
like people are not cleared off the injured list until Saturday sometimes.
Right. But
All
you have
right, so
better
who you got?
chances because the news come out on Thursday. I don't know why news always breaks on Thursday Night Football. Maybe it's the
I
pundits
don't know.
saying stuff, but I don't know.
Who you got?
I said 49ers.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, then we got the Commanders at the Eagles for Monday Night Football.
And
I think
that's
this was
Eagles.
just a waste of time. What game was yours that you'd bet on?
I was gonna pick on the Raiders game,
Uh-huh.
and I would probably bet on our end. What is it? -6.5?
-6.
-6. Yeah, I
Yep.
could see that. I honestly would on all of these games. I'm not even doing the plus. I'd rather take the points or the money line. Honestly,
Right.
like these are too close to call. No one's been. Every time I do a 3-teamer and I try to go off of just whatever the plus or minus is going to be, I never hit. But I hit on that money
Well,
line,
I've been liking
especially when I bet
one
the
thing I
Jets.
do like is the even because we can't do FanDuel or any of that out
Right.
here in Nevada, which sucks.
Right.
The
Even there's a
BetMGM
FanDuel office off the 215. What are you doing here then if we can't do it?
one day.
What are you
But the
doing here if we
MGM
can't do
app
it?
I do enjoy because I can also alter the point spread. So if it's -6, I can bump it to -4.
Oh, it's better
And
than William Hill.
I always feel better when it's like 2 points difference. Like if it's a +6, I can bump it to +8, and then I feel a little bit better because it's past that
Yeah.
7. Anyway, that's it for our show, you guys. We appreciate you. We went a little over, but I'm healthy now, and
We had a good time. We had a lot to talk about.
We had a lot to talk about.
We had a lot to
So
cover.
if you're just catching the end of it, make sure you hit the replay, go to YouTube, check out Girl Chat Sports, subscribe, because I feel like you really get more out of it when you're watching us versus just listening to us. So if you are listening to an audio version on any of the podcast apps, make sure you just head on over to YouTube as well and check us out. Give us a subscribe,
And tell your friends.
Tell your
people. I know
friends.
y'all got friends. I see how many friends you guys have on Facebook. Some of y'all sitting with 1,000 friends. Have you told them all about Girl Chat Sports or shared?
Have you shared this? Have you shared it one time?
Don't be flexing on the friend count and y'all don't really have all these friends.
Hello. Fake followers.
Yeah. Don't be having these friends and they ain't your friends. Like, tell your friends.
Oh, man.
So
we appreciate you. We thank you.
Yes.
And we will be seeing you all again next week. So
Yes.
have a good night. Bye.
Bye.